This is the High School Coaches Roundtable Show, broadcasting from Sandy's Beef and Ale, where friends and family go for great food and all the big games since 1967. Each week, we broadcast from 2028 Old Lincoln with the stars from the Bucks County football teams. We now go live to Sandy's Beef and Ale for the High School Coaches Roundtable Show. Here now is your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
Welcome back to the High School Coaches Roundtable Show at Sandy's Beef and Ale. Great to be with you once again. We got 6 high school football programs with us tonight. We get to meet the coaches and the players. It's brought to you by Rob's Automotive and Collision. Thanks also to Lower Bucks Hospital and to the Fella Auto Group. And we're going to start with the Morrisville Bulldogs tonight. We got the Bulldogs in the house, Conwell-Egan Catholic football coming up, Council Rock North, Council Rock South, Neshaminy, and Pensbury all here for tonight's show. And the Bulldogs with their first slip-up of the season, 3-1 now, and Coach Skip Mason with us. You guys are putting together a great season. What happened against Lower Moreland? Again, seemed like a game that was in the balance right to the end.
It was. They started out, they ran back the opening kickoff, so we got kicked in the teeth right away. And they were a lot bigger and stronger than I expected. I felt that we were going to be faster than them, and we were, but they were so big. They came charging in the middle. We had trouble getting our running game started. Once we were able to do that, we took the lead towards the end of the game. They kicked an onside kick and recovered it and ended up scoring to win the game.
Well, you guys get ready for ANC, Academy of the New Church. What do you expect from this team? Could be a get-right game for this Bulldog program.
It could be. ANC is very good. They're very good. They're like a Canadian football team, and I don't mean to be funny. They throw the ball all over the field. They'll spread us out. They'll just throw the ball. They'll look. They just will run, and all of a sudden they'll sneak a run in on you. So it's very much like watching a Canadian football team, how they like to throw the ball.
Little CFL action.
Little CFL. I was watching that last night, getting ready for the game.
You know, I'm looking forward to being on campus. WBCB will have the homecoming game next Friday. I don't want to jump ahead to that, but excited to be there on campus. And it must be great energy right now around Morrisville football within the community, getting behind you guys big time.
It really is. We can even go back to when we'll talk to these guys, but we started back in March and April, and we were moving. We did a lot of 7-on-7 stuff. We went out to Penn State and had a great weekend at Penn State. We finished 8th out of 56 teams, and they were from single A to 6A. And then we go over to East Stroudsburg, where it was more of a 11-on-11, little blocking, stuff like that, and we did terrific. We were very happy with our off-season, and we actually shows now this year. Awesome. We had first 3 games, we played Peckwell Valley, who was undefeated coming in. We had with Carbon Montour, Columbia, who was very good, and we handled both of those teams. It seems like this is our 5th game, and 4 of the games against the Lions. We keep their nicknames are the Lions.
You know, I can't believe we're getting ready for Week 5 action here. You guys had a bye week mixed in, right? But no, 3-1. You guys,
we're good. We're right on schedule.
All right, so Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the roundtable.
Okay, before I bring them in, I do want to give a big happy birthday to a good friend of mine.
You know. A friend of the show.
Everybody, friend of the show.
Yes.
I remember when Zach was in 7th grade, he came up to me and says, "Coach, can he play in a heavyweight team?" I go, "Mr. Treadway, he weighs 80 pounds." He says, "I don't care. I want to play." And he was great.
A great receiver.
Big happy birthday to Chris Treadway. Thank you.
That's right. Happy birthday, Chris.
Okay.
That's awesome. That's all right. Yeah. So
now let's bring the guys that are the most important people here. We brought, as a junior, is Javier. I always say it wrong. Say it for me, bud.
You said it right.
I said it right? No, Robledo, yeah. And then we have Tristan Hall, who's a senior. Now, Javi's been with our program for 2 years. He started last year with us as a sophomore, and he played basketball for he'll be in 3rd year. If you look at him, you think, oh, okay, Javi is our Swiss Army knife. We can put him at guard. We can put him at tackle. He's been fullback. We have him as an X receiver. We had him as a Z receiver. And he's not real tall to play all those positions, but you know what? He has the kid. Now, what he lacks in height, he has in heart. I actually love the kid. I've known him for coach basketball, and he plays for. He's just a terrific, hard-working kid. Now, Tristan, on the other hand, Tristan wasn't able to play last year. Tristan had some health issues, wasn't able to play this year, and he actually spent some time at Princeton University to work on computer science over the summer, so he didn't really have a workouts with us. I think he felt a little bit behind. He came back this year. He's a man. He's leading on the offensive line and defensive line. I think he leads in tackles on the defensive as a defensive lineman of all the linemen. He's just a man out there. Like we try to run in practice. I'm the co-OC, and we'll do our offensive practice. He's in the middle of everything.
Guys, welcome to the show. Javi, tell me a little bit about that versatility that Coach just referenced. It's got to be a little bit of an issue just knowing the playbook and knowing what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be on the field week in and week out when you're asked to do different things.
Being a field general, it is kind of hard, like learning the different plays and like where to be at, what time to be at it. But like going over practice over and over, I just get like more used to it. I mean, wherever they want me out, I'm there, wherever position.
It's great that they can count on you in that way. From what Coach was saying with the early 7-on-7s and the 11-on-11 work that you guys did, it sounded like you were able to get some confidence going even before the first game started, and that
for sure
must be paying off dividends right now. What do you think when you get ready for ANC, carrying a little confidence into that game? You guys feel like it's a winnable game? What are you hearing from your coaches that the Bulldogs need to do to get another W?
I mean, it is very winnable. I would say we just got to worry about the passing game because, they do pass a lot. They, barely run. But we just got to stick to the game plan and just, follow through in practice.
All right, so you play for this guy on the basketball floor. Tell me about how the two sports, I don't know, maybe one helps with the other, or if you've been able to use some of your basketball footwork on the gridiron this year.
Yeah, I mean, it does go a long way with it. The footwork, it does play a role. I mean, it makes it a little more easier. Like somebody that wouldn't play basketball, they'll probably mess up, doing some football stuff. But, playing both sports, it kind of makes, it kind of balances it out a little bit.
Absolutely. The players that are with us here are honorees. They sacrifice for the football team, and then to hear they're also on the basketball court as well. That is awesome. Good luck this week against ANC.
Thank you.
And we turn to your teammate now, Tristan. Tell me what kind of stuff were you doing at Princeton University? I mean, maybe it's going to be over my head, but what kind of computer science stuff?
I mean, we were just coding, just figuring out programs, working with drones, working with a robot dog we also worked with. It was a good experience and great to be there.
Sounds like a really cool experience. What is the experience like for you? Tell us a little bit about taking the field for Morrisville football and, some of the moments that you're really relishing from this season.
It's great to be a starter both ways, being a captain, just being able to lead the team and showing that I can be proving what I can do on the field.
And doing what your coaches are asking you to do out there. What are you hearing from them about this ANC game? What do you guys need to do well in order to get back into the win, bounce right back?
It's going to be a tough game, of course, and we have to play to our best ability. We have to worry about the pass game. We have to get pressure on the front. Just get our pass rush right, make sure to read the plays, and also don't get too heavy on the pass and be able to defend the run as well.
It's an exciting year for the Morrisville Bulldogs. I was asking Coach about the support around town and within the school. Are you feeling that as a player?
Of course, yes. We get support from everyone, all the local community, all the teachers, all the students at school. Everyone has our backs and supports us as much as they can.
All right, good luck this week against ANC. And 2 weeks from now, on Friday night, we're going to have their homecoming game. You guys take on RA. And looking forward to being there.
That'll be another tough game for us. We have to come out and ready to go. And a homecoming game, I think the biggest problem is how you and I are going to fit in the press box. I think that's going to be the biggest problem.
All right, well, we're going to make it work. We're a couple of sardines in there.
One last thing I neglected to say, we're very lucky. These are two of our quad captains. They were leaders. They've led us all the get-go. Javi being a junior, Tristan not playing this year. That just shows the type of people they are, the men they are becoming, and leading the team.
Guys, good luck this week against ANC. The Morrisville Bulldogs with us here on the High School Coaches Roundtable Show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Sometimes we save this program for last, but we're going to bring Conwell-Egan Catholic up here. All right. And tonight's show on WBCB brought to you by Lower Bucks Hospital. We thank them for their support. And if you're in need of emergency health services, Lower Bucks Hospital is here for you 24 hours a day, every day. And with Get Care Now, you can reserve your ER arrival from the comfort of your own home. Simply call 215-664-2220 or scan the QR code on their website to select your arrival time. It's never been easier to be seen when you have an emergency health issue. Big thanks to Lower Bucks Hospital and to the Fella Auto Group on Route 13 in Bristol. And if you mention the High School Coaches Roundtable Show, they'll take $250 off a car at the Fella Auto Group. And now with us, the Conwell-Egan Catholic Eagles and head coach Jack Techman. Coach, coming off of a tough one against Lansdale Catholic. Take us through that game. What was the complexion? Again, as I talked with Morrisville, one that seemed like it was within the balance. Had a shot at the end.
Yeah, our league is really tough and competitive. And last year, every game we were in, league game we were in, was a one-score game. And this was a one-score game. We started out the game. They elected to take the ball. We shut them down 3 and out and drove 70 yards right down the field, scored, go up 7-0. And then they got 2 passes during the first half, and we had a pick 6, which hurt. And we came back in the second half, and we dominated the second half, but we could only punch the ball in once. We got in the red zone once, and weren't able to punch it in. And so it ended up 21-14 in a really tough game. It seems like, we're bordering schools almost, Lansdale Catholic, the Carrier covers both, and it seems like they play us as tough as anybody every year. And they did again, and they have a couple players that just made some really big-time plays. So it hurt.
Well, always a big rivalry, and one of those interceptions for a touchdown, that can be a huge turning point in the game. Tell me what you see as you get ready for West Catholic, Coach. A league game for you, looking for a bounce back, but tough weeks each week in the league. It's a tough opponent.
Sure. When I first took this job, they were the king of. They hadn't lost in 10 years, and the time they lost 10 years before that was to Conwell-Egan. 4 years later, we beat them, and ever since then, we've been doing really well against them. They have a good program, a good young staff. They work really hard. They have some tough kids up front. They're quick. And it's going to be a Catholic League Blue Division battle. We know it. We've showed the kids the film. We just got to bounce back and get ready. We're very young. We lost one of our captains and all Catholic players this week. He's not going to be around for at least 3 or 4 weeks. And that was a big loss. And one of the guys I brought, Ryan, has taken over that spot. He's calling our defenses. He's playing linebacker. And he's really stepped up and stepped into the position.
Next man up here for Conwell-Egan Catholic. And, Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the show.
Okay, I brought 2 of our players. Both of them are two-way performers. Ryan Norris is a offensive guard and middle linebacker, and he's a junior. He played for us last year as a sophomore in certain spots. Like I say, he's playing both ways for us this year. He's really stepped up, and we're really happy with him on both sides of the ball. But defensively, when Colin went down this week, he had to step in there and take over, and he did a great job doing that. And then Gus Pope is a sophomore. I don't know how many tackles he had this week, but he dominated that line of scrimmage, especially in the second half both ways. He's very quick, strong, aggressive. He's going to be a big-time player and doing great things for us. Gus Pope.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. All right, Ryan, we'll start with you. What are you hearing from your coaches? What are you guys doing in practice this week to get ready for West Catholic?
We just got to practice a lot harder this week. And yesterday, we really stepped it up in practice. We practiced the hardest we did all year. And I think we were angry about the loss and stuff. And we started thinking as a team that if we don't start going hard in practice, then the game is just not going to happen.
So able to use a little bit of that anger to motivate you guys this week. Has it been a challenge to step into some new roles and to step up and to take on a little bit more responsibility with this team this year?
Yes, definitely. Starting the year, I was playing weak side middle linebacker, and then Colin went down the first game of the season. So then I moved over to strong side, and then it just happened again and again where Colin kept getting hurt and stuff. So now I'm at strong side middle linebacker, and I got AJ, the other middle linebacker. He's in at the weak side. So
I mean, that must be an adjustment, though, just trying to read everything from the other side of the field. You feel like you feel comfortable now, both spots?
Yeah. At weak side, I really wasn't calling defense much. You know what I mean? And then now at strong side, I'm making the calls where the strengths are, relaying what the play is, and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, kind of being a leader, communicating and getting everybody on the same page. Well, good luck this week against West Catholic. The Eagles will host the game, so that's always great to be able to have a home game. And let's turn to your teammate here, Gus Pope. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so what do you think the key is this week? Need to get a W, no distractions, and you got to step up against a tough West Catholic team. What do you guys need to do well to get a W?
So we got to move fast on the ball, and we got to be aggressive, though. That's the only way we can beat teams, if we be aggressive.
What has been one of your favorite moments this year so far on the field? And give me a little bit of a flavor of what the experience is when you get out there and take the field with your teammates.
Yeah, like I'm having my teammates right behind me, man. I have to be a.
I mean, there's a certain energy that you just feel.
Yeah, I feel I have to be 100%, because everybody's working their ass, so I have to try my best. So, and this is my second year, so I have to make an improvement so everybody can count on me.
That was a good self-edit right there. Hey, what else do you get involved with at Conwell-Egan Catholic? Is it football only? I mean, there's a lot of other great stuff happening throughout the school year.
Yeah, I try to get into Spirit Night. So I didn't do it last year, but I seen how it was. How was it? So I'm doing it this year.
You know, when you look back at this Lansdale Catholic game, a tough one, you just want to turn the page. But what are some positives that you saw in film study or things you need to clean up, like some of the big things coming out of that game?
I like how we on some plays we move really aggressive, and that's when we got big yards out of that.
Well, good luck this week. Hopefully be able to carry some of that momentum into this game and get some of that rhythm on some of these plays against West Catholic. Egan at home this week with a league game. Looking forward to that one. Coach Techman, thanks so much for being part of the show.
Thanks,
and
Chris.
we're going to step aside. We're coming back to Sandy's Beef and Ale in just a little bit. It's the High School Coaches Roundtable show presented by Rob's Automotive and Collision.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
If you're a sports-loving adult or senior citizen who has been injured while doing what you love, fear not. The Lower Bucks Hospital right in our community is here to support you. Led by board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Monahim M. Miller, boasting 33 years of experience, their team specializes in orthopedic sports medicine, joint replacement surgeries, orthopedic surgeries, trauma care, and treating acute injuries. Unlike orthopedic offices in the city, Dr. Miller and his team warmly welcomes new patients, offering personalized care to help your recovery swiftly and return to your favorite activities. Conveniently located in your hometown at 501 Bath Road in Bristol, you can reach them at 215-785-9818. That's 215-785-9818. Lower Bucks Hospital has been dedicated to caring for our neighbors since 1954. Let us take care of you too.
Rob's Automotive and Collision Center in Lower Bucks County is a full-service repair center with competitive prices, top-of-the-line products, and the finest auto body and mechanical repair technicians anywhere. Rob's makes repairing your car easy. Same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's an oil change, state inspection, or a mechanical issue, Rob's will have you in and out and on your way. 2700 Veterans Highway in Bristol, 215-826-9200 for 24-hour emergency towing. Call 215-826-0250.
Are you looking for a custom gift for your favorite athlete? Something that is personal to each individual for their favorite sport? The Ball Girl will customize all of your equipment for you. From footballs, soccer balls, bowling pins, or even cheerleading megaphones, call Jamie at The Ball Girl. 215-499-9751. That's 215-499-9751 and have your very own keepsake piece. Go to jamie@theballgirl.com, JAYME at theballgirl.com, or call 215-499-9751 today. Remember, Jamie at theballgirl.com for all your custom sports balls.
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
We now return to Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne for the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable Show. Once again, here's your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
All right, welcome back to Sandy's Beef and Ale High School Coaches Roundtable Show presented by Rob's Automotive and Collision. Great to be here tonight. Opportunity for the Phillies to clinch a postseason spot, which is awesome. And it's the Chris Treadway birthday show, which is great. So having a great night tonight, that's for sure. And now with us, the Council Rock North Indians and Coach Bucksar. And Indians looking for their first win of the season. Great opportunity this week as you guys get set to take on Truman. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right, what do you guys see when you break down the Tigers and get ready for this week's game?
We see a team that, has a lot of guys that have been playing football together forever, and that's what we're trying to instill in our team as well. When we tell them we have to go out there and play as a team, and that has been kind of our game plan leading into this week. Have a short memory out there on offense. We're going to make mistakes. It's a newer system. And that's what I tell the guys. Have the memory of a goldfish, and if we're making mistakes, go out there and make them full speed. In terms of Truman, we're seeing a three front this week, so lining that up with our offensive scheme, and that's really important to us, is that we make sure we're getting to our assignments. And
that's really where your focus is, on the line, in the trenches, getting your guys ready, and you brought a couple of offensive linemen with you tonight for the show. How is the new first-year head coach, new system, when you guys look back at these first four games, what do you see that's starting where you're beginning to get a little traction?
Yeah, I see it really starting to click. I see, I tell the guys go out there and get 1% better every day. And I see, them taking away small things each day, whether in terms it's gap scheme or zone scheme, just understanding the scheme as a whole and how that can allow them to work together as an offensive line, as opposed to, I have this guy, this is my guy. It's all about working together. So,
especially on the offensive line, creating that unity amongst 5 different people is not easy. Have you been able to have a lot of consistency as far as personnel is concerned within that group this year?
We've certainly had guys who are rotating in and out, especially like at our guard positions. At tackle, we've had some injuries. And, that's part of the reason we practice together is, guys rotate in and out and, having that family mentality as like an offensive line of going out there and doing it with whoever's there. And we're all together as a team, so.
All right, Council Rock North getting set for Truman. Coach Bucksar, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the show.
So immediately to my right, I have our center. That's John Osbeck. And over there on the right is right guard Charlie Shepherdson.
Guys, welcome. John, tell us a little bit about what you're hearing from coaches this week, what you guys are prepping for when it comes to the Truman Tigers.
A lot of it's we know they're a big team, got a lot of big guys on the team, pretty physical. So we just got to make sure we are there mentally and ready to just do our jobs.
You guys, a rough start, big game coming up this week. How have the coaches been able to keep the momentum going, keep the morale high, and keep everybody on the same page with that big buy-in, which you guys need in order to get a win this week against Truman?
Yeah, they've just been pushing us to have intense practices, just going out there and playing and just, doing our best and just having fun out there.
Right now, no distractions. It's football only. But, John, do you get involved in other stuff throughout the school year, other clubs, other sports? Or, football, there's a expectation that there's a lot of weight room activity all throughout the school year, and sometimes that keeps people pretty busy.
Yeah, during the off season, I'm just pretty much busy with football and like grades and stuff, just that kind of.
All right, so how do you feel like the vibe is coming along with the offensive line, the chemistry? Coach was saying you guys have had some different personnel. That's a big part of having success, is having everybody on the same page.
Yeah, I feel like we're really pulling together, especially the more we practice together. I feel like we're really becoming one solid unit. We do a lot of stuff outside of football together, like going maybe just getting dinner or going to a friend's house or something like that. But we try to stay close knit together.
Have you felt a new tone with the new coach and kind of a new era of this or Council Rock North program throughout, even in the off season?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the guys are more there, not just for themselves but for each other. I feel like that's what really is brought in this year.
Well, that's going to go a long way to get a win over Truman, and like Coach was saying, have a short memory and just make that next play your best play. Let's turn to your teammate here, Charlie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so what are you seeing from this team in film study that gives you guys some confidence getting ready for a Truman Tiger team this week?
Well, I know that their defensive line, they're big, they're physical, they're violent, they're going to go 100% every single play. Also with that 3 front, it's going to be, it's not the first time this season that we faced a 3 front, so we've experienced in that, but it's still going to be it's going to feel different than the regular 4 front. Depending on more double teams and that zero tech head over the center,
right,
is going to cause some issues, but we can work around that and just go 100% every play.
Different responsibilities, a few adjustments with that 3 front instead of a 4 front. On the offensive line, you guys able to have a little bit of a nastiness to you? Talking about their explosiveness and how they get after it. When you guys get after it and establish that kind of nasty attitude as well, that can go a long way, and that's going to be, I think, maybe where, they say the games are won in the trenches. That's going to be, it might be a battle of who brings the more nasty attitude, or
Yeah, 100%. I feel like everyone on the O-line, they just live for the pancakes, because every play they just want to kill the kid in front of them, and I think that's very important because that mentality will lead to a great offensive line, and for any position.
Well, hopefully you guys get some pancakes.
Oh, trust me, we will. I promise you.
All right, well, some confidence for Council Rock North as they get ready for Truman this week, looking for their first win of the season. Thanks to the Indians for being with us tonight. Coach Bucksar, appreciate it. Good luck this week, guys.
Thank you very
Get
much.
after it.
Thank you.
All right, now we talk to their rivals, Council Rock South, who had a victory over Cheltenham, 29-28. Got to hear about that. We're here at Sandy's Beef and Ale, the home of the world-famous Sandy Witch, and we get together once a week with the high school football programs, players. We eat sandwiches. We talk high school football. And on October the 7th, they will be supporting Challenger football. A lot of the players who are with us volunteer their time on Sundays to help special needs athletes play the game of football, and that is the Challenger football program. October the 7th, they're going to have a basket raffle here at Sandy's, so support a worthy cause, and always great for the players that are with us that they give up a little bit of their time to help out with Challenger football. With us now, Council Rock South. All right, Coach, tell us how you guys got it done, 29-28 over Cheltenham. That's got to put some wind in the sails.
Yeah, I mean, it was, a
2-2 now for the Golden Hawks.
Yes, and, going from a Pensbury-style offense to Cheltenham is a wildly different type of preparation. Yeah. So we went in with a good plan, and Cheltenham came out, made a couple big plays early. Luckily, our guys are very coachable, and we were able to make some adjustments at halftime to change some things to get back to what we do best, and end up putting a couple good drives together in the second half and coming out with a tight win.
Yeah, 29-28. So as that game got down to the wire, what were some of the things, right at the end of the game that helped you guys get the 1-point victory? Just was it holding on at that point?
I think that the big difference that you see in the film is with a young team, you're starting to see the trust built in the guy next to them. So when it was getting in those difficult situations, key third downs, instead of necessarily going for the home run play, guys start doing their job and trusting the guy next to them. And we really were able to come up with a couple key stops playing quality team ball.
Well, Cheltenham with that spread formation, you guys a little bit of wing tee, but also will spread it out a bit, a dynamic offense. And congratulations on the win over Cheltenham. Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the Roundtable show. We got a trio.
Yes, so we have Owen Oakhill. He is a D-back and receiver. We got Pat Malone down there in the middle. He is a D-back and running back. And we have Cozy Guaycolo. Did I say it right? There we go. Outside linebacker and tight end.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. We'll start with Owen. Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing in practice this week, what you guys need to do in order to carry some momentum into the next game you play.
So coming off a good win against Cheltenham, working a lot on just, they're an athletic team, Cheltenham, and this upcoming Upper Dublin team. So just got to be athletes and keep our feet under us, not get down on ourselves.
Yeah, Upper Dublin also seems like they have a pretty potent offense. You guys have that quick strike capability. Tell me a little bit about one of your highlights or favorite moments from this season so far. You guys have gotten two big wins, including this last one over Cheltenham.
So second half, Cheltenham game, going into the half, we were down 28-15, I believe. And then to get the win, we shut them out in the second half, and I just love that defensive just shutdown pretty much.
Yeah. And that's something you can take into this Upper Dublin game. Also a tough team. Anything specific you guys are working on this week or working on in practice to improve, to get ready for this Upper Dublin team?
It's a lot of the same, same very athletic offense, very good, historically good program. So doing our game, playing our game.
Kind of focusing on what you guys can do well. Tell me about what else you get involved with throughout the school year. I mean, great stuff at Council Rock South. And is it football only or?
I also play baseball.
Okay, that's great. That is great. Well, good luck throughout the rest of this football season and whatever comes next for you, and especially this week's game against Upper Dublin. All right, we turn to your teammate, Pat.
Yep.
Welcome to the show. Tell me a little bit about one of your highlights so far this season and just what the experience is like to go out there and take the field for the Golden Hawks.
Yeah, it's just a great feeling going on the field every Friday night. A couple key highlights for me, like scoring 2 touchdowns, playing defense, just running the ball.
You know, one of the things that we like to lift up here on the Coaches Roundtable show, the sacrifices that these student athletes make to be part of the program. Tell me a little bit about other stuff that you do throughout the school year. Is it football only, or do you get involved in other stuff?
I also play basketball and lacrosse.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That is great. Keeps you busy and keeps you active. What do you think this week is the key to get a win over Upper Dublin, a potent offensive team? Maybe some of that defensive shutdown that Owen was talking about.
Yeah. We just need all 11 guys to play together. We can't just let 10 guys play and then that one person make the mistake for that big play. All 11 guys need to play and step up.
Guys throughout the year, too, have had to step up into new positions,
Yeah.
and you guys sometimes lose guys to injury. That's always a little bit of a challenge. Good luck this week against Upper Dublin as the Council Rock South Golden Hawks look to make it 3-2. Pass that microphone over if you would. Cozy, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Tell me about some of your highlights, your favorite moments so far this year being a Council Rock South Golden Hawk.
I would say my favorite moment from this season is probably just last week after we beat Cheltenham, coming down from a little bit, they're a little bit ahead of us. And I just think it was a good win for us to rally back and, come back like we did and win the game.
Do you think that kind of win, you guys come from behind, take care of a good team, could carry you into this next week's game?
Yeah, I like to think that this shows that, we can always, no matter how, tough we beat ourselves down at first, we can come back and, rally and win the game.
Tell me a little bit about the off-season expectations that are a part of this Golden Hawk team. I think it's probably similar for a lot of the programs that are with us, but you are expected to put the work in if you're available. If you're playing baseball or you're playing lacrosse and basketball, but other than that, you're expected to be there and be part of the program.
Round. Yeah, 100%.
And do you feel like some of that work paying off dividends for you personally? You feel stronger, better going into this year?
Yeah, for me personally, I feel like the summer workouts, spring workouts really help a lot.
Week 5 right now, everybody, y'all feeling pretty good too? Not feeling physically beat up or anything?
I feel like we're all, it's football, obviously. You're going to have some bruises, but we're all going to, push through it, do fine, do good.
That's good, that's good. Coach, you were going to jump
Yeah,
in?
no, I was just going to say, talking about the off-season program, obviously both these guys play other sports. He didn't mention that he plays track. But one of the things that kind of speaks to kind of the character of the program is 2 years in a row, Cozy's had a significant shoulder injury, and each year has come back time and time again, and is now getting himself healthy, back in working on special teams. So it's it's good for the program to see character kids come along and develop like that. So I didn't want him to undersell himself.
And all players I think get banged up a little bit, like you said, some bumps and bruises. But coming off of a little bit of injury history. How's that? I mean, it must feel good to actually be able to do your thing.
Feels good to be back. I just tried to push through it and kept, rehab, PT, working out over the summer, doing as much as I can to come back healthier.
All right, with these guys getting set to take on a tough Upper Dublin team, the Council Rock South Golden Hawks with us here tonight, coming off of a great win, come from behind over Cheltenham. Congratulations, guys. All right, we're going to step aside and return here to Sandy's Beef and Ale, High School Coaches Roundtable Show presented by Rob's Automotive and Collision. Thanks also to Lower Bucks Hospital and to the Fella Auto Group. All right, the Golden Hawks are out of here, and we're going to step aside quickly and return here with the Neshaminy Redskins. They're coming up next on the High School Coaches Roundtable Show on WBCB.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
If you're a sports-loving adult or senior citizen who has been injured while doing what you love, fear not. The Lower Bucks Hospital right in our community is here to support you. Led by board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Monahim M. Miller, boasting 33 years of experience, their team specializes in orthopedic sports medicine, joint replacement surgeries, orthopedic surgeries, trauma care, and treating acute injuries. Unlike orthopedic offices in the city, Dr. Miller and his team warmly welcomes new patients, offering personalized care to help your recovery swiftly and return to your favorite activities. Conveniently located in your hometown at 501 Bath Road in Bristol, you can reach them at 215-785-9818. That's 215-785-9818. Lower Bucks Hospital has been dedicated to caring for our neighbors since 1954. Let us take care of you too.
Rob's Automotive and Collision Center in Lower Bucks County is a full-service repair center with competitive prices, top-of-the-line products, and the finest auto body and mechanical repair technicians anywhere. Rob's makes repairing your car easy. Same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's an oil change, state inspection, or a mechanical issue, Rob's will have you in and out and on your way. 2700 Veterans Highway in Bristol, 215-826-9200 for 24-hour emergency towing. Call 215-826-0250.
Are you looking for a
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
We now return to Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne for the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable Show. Once again, here's your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
Welcome back to the High School Coaches Roundtable Show from Sandy's Beef and Ale, presented by Rob's Automotive and Collision. And we now got the Neshaminy Redskins with a 3-1 so far this season. And today's show brought to you by the Fella Auto Group on Route 13 in Bristol, your hometown local auto dealer, supporting our local students, congratulating all the honorees for tonight's Roundtable show. And they've got the perfect first car for your high school student. Over 200 cars, trucks, SUVs at Fella. Find out more at FellaAutoGroup.com, and you get $250 off a car. Just mention the High School Coaches Roundtable show. All right, tough one against North Penn. Coach Wilmot, you guys ready to turn the page here? Get ready for Abington.
We are ready to turn the page, without a doubt.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about what the North Penn Knights do well this season, what you saw from them in that game, and what kind of challenges they presented for you guys.
North Penn, it was a typical North Penn team, maybe obviously a little bit better. They ran the ball really well. Their quarterback managed their game really well, and their defense played really well. So, from my standpoint, it looked like North Penn did a lot of things very well, and there's some things that I think that we could have done better.
Are you going to see a very different team in Abington, kind of a different look? What are you guys getting ready for when you get set to take on the Ghosts? The game we'll have on WBCB Friday night at 7. Looking forward to that one, and maybe an opportunity to bounce back against a tough Abington team.
Yeah. Look, Abington, what we're seeing on film is they're kind of similar to what Council Rock North did, very similar to what Cheltenham did. They like to, run spread formations and throw the ball, and, their quarterback is dynamic and he'll run the ball, and, it's very similar to what we saw against Council Rock North and Cheltenham.
Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the Roundtable show. Let's meet your players.
To my right is our quarterback, Michael Eckert. He's a junior. Last year, Mike played a whole lot of defense for us at free safety. He saw the opening at quarterback, and he worked extremely hard during the offseason. And, so hard, he won everyone's respect. He's a captain for us as a junior. Very talented, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do against Abington in the second half of the year. To his right is a senior, Jason Cunningham. He's the last of our 4D linemen. I think I've been bragging all year about our defensive line, and so far every kid has been here. Jason, just like the other three, has played at a really high level this year. as the quote-unquote 3 technique on the defense. It's really his job to keep the offensive linemen off the linebackers. Jason does that really well. Last week I brought 2 linebackers. They both had 9 tackles in the game prior. And Jason is really responsible for a lot of their tackles because he keeps the big offensive linemen off of them.
Guys, welcome to the show. Mike, tell us about this journey to quarterback here and what that was like, kind of the work that you put in. Take us through, what that transition has been like for you.
Well, I played safety last year, and that's pretty much like the quarterback of the defense, making calls and things like that. And during the off season, I just tried to get in the gym and on the field with some of my receivers and things like that to build chemistry. And I've just felt like we've done a good job with that.
And this year, 3-1, a good start for you guys. You feel like that chemistry, you're feeling that when you take the field and work with those guys. You've seen it pay off with some good plays?
Yeah, most definitely. I trust my guys out there to catch the ball, run their routes correctly, get to places where they need to be on time.
What do you guys need to do against Abington? What kind of opportunities maybe are out there for the Neshaminy offense this week?
To really just execute and do what we do best and trust in each other.
All right, 76 rush yards, 77 pass yards. Was that in last week's game? Or tell me about some of your favorite moments this year so far. I mean, you guys have had 3 huge wins and set for a bounce back, perhaps against Abington. But is there anything that stands out to you?
The first win after Emmaus, it just felt like surreal, and like my first varsity start quarterback, it just really felt great.
Yeah, that was a huge overtime victory for Neshaminy on week 1, and it feels like some of that confidence has been able to fuel you guys over this early part of the season.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, good luck this week against Abington, and thanks for being with us tonight for the show. We'll turn to your teammate now, Jason. Welcome.
Thank you.
So give us a little bit of what it's like for you to take the field for Neshaminy, be with your team. Can you kind of walk us through some of the emotions that you have when you get ready for game day?
It's always hype, the feeling going out there with all my brothers, pretty much. I'm just ready to go every play.
All right, so what does that brotherhood need to do against Abington to get a win?
We just need to bounce back from last week, just try to forget everything that happened, come out as a new team.
Yeah, it says here you guys both work with the Challenger football program, which is great. They're going to have a basket raffle here at Sandy's on October the 7th to support Challenger football. Tell us a little bit about what that has been like. Are you new to that program?
I've been doing it for forever now. It's like my 4th year, I think, coming up now. You just get a really close bond with everyone out there, You always have a buddy every year. Sometimes it's the same guy, but whichever, they're always out there to have fun. Same thing as us. Everyone gets along.
You get to share the joy of this game and this sport and everything. And I heard there were like maybe 30 Neshaminy guys. There's like 30 Pensbury guys. It's quite a mix.
Yeah.
How does that work out with like Pensbury, Neshaminy, Conwell-Egan guys? I think there's somebody from Holy Ghost Prep out there.
Yeah, we just try not to think about it, because we're out there for the kids. So it's just for the greater good. We're out there for everyone else.
All right, 10 tackles so far on the year for Jason, 4 TFLs and a sack. Good luck this week against Abington. That sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Well, good luck as you guys get ready to take the field against the Ghosts and Neshaminy, hoping to go 4-1 here on this season. A great start for the Redskins, and we've got that game for you on WBCB, a 7 o'clock kickoff, Neshaminy and Abington. Guys, thank you so much. We're going to step aside one final time, and we're coming back with the Pensbury Falcons on the High School Coaches Roundtable show presented by Rob's Automotive and Collision.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
If you're a sports-loving adult or senior citizen who has been injured while doing what you love, fear not. The Lower Bucks Hospital right in our community is here to support you. Led by board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Monahim M. Miller, boasting 33 years of experience, their team specializes in orthopedic sports medicine, joint replacement surgeries, orthopedic surgeries, trauma care, and treating acute injuries. Unlike orthopedic offices in the city, Dr. Miller and his team warmly welcomes new patients, offering personalized care to help your recovery swiftly and return to your favorite activities. Conveniently located in your hometown at 501 Bath Road in Bristol, you can reach them at 215-785-9818. That's 215-785-9818. Lower Bucks Hospital has been dedicated to caring for our neighbors since 1954. Let us take care of you too.
Rob's Automotive and Collision Center in Lower Bucks County is a full-service repair center with competitive prices, top-of-the-line products, and the finest auto body and mechanical repair technicians anywhere. Rob's makes repairing your car easy. Same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's an oil change, state inspection, or a mechanical issue, Rob's will have you in and out and on your way. 2700 Veterans Highway in Bristol, 215-826-9200 for 24-hour emergency towing. Call 215-826-0250. Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
We now return to Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne for the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable Show. Once again, here's your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
Welcome back to Sandy's Beef and Ale High School Coaches Roundtable Show presented by Rob's Automotive and the Pensbury Falcons with us. Defensive coordinator Tony Cecchia. Coming off of a tough one against the Penridge Rams. Yep. Falcons now 2-2. What do you guys? What do you see when you look back at that game? Seemed like a winnable game. Maybe some missed opportunities for the Falcons.
Yeah, it's a tough place to play. I mean, first off, it's a long trip and wacky things seem to happen there, and that seems to go back to even when I was coaching there with Council Rock South.
Always seems like a close game.
Yeah, it's a hard-fought game. I think it's a game that they, get up for a little bit. Like you said, we definitely had our opportunities. It was a little bit of a tale of two halves. Defensively in the first half, we felt really, really strong about what we were doing, and just missed a little bit of an opportunity here and there offensively. And then, it flipped a little bit. We had a couple mental lapses in the second half. That we've been really kind of hammering home on the details, and whether it's the O-line, blocking assignments, whether it's in the secondary, our coverage assignments, it's just been really a focus this week on the little details, because, when you see a play break down, a lot of times it's close, to being a really positive play for us, but it's maybe one or two guys just missing their block or their assignment. And that's been the focus, just clean up those little things, and not let a game like that get away.
Gotcha. A little tidy up some things for the Pensbury Falcons, but things don't get any easier. You guys do get to come back home to Falcon Field, but now a gauntlet of Central Bucks teams beginning with CB East.
Yeah.
What do you guys see when you break down the Patriots and get ready for this week's game?
Yeah, like you said, it's a tough stretch. They're always solid teams, and you can say it about all three of them. They're going to be well coached. They're going to have some tough kids. CB East, they're going to give you some different looks offensively. They like to feature their tight ends. They like to move around the formation a little bit. They're coming off of a real tough game against a rival, CB South, that, they're going to maybe say some of the same things I'm saying about Penridge, where we left some plays on the field. We could have done this or this better. But that's been the focus this week. Has been, just locking in on assignments, locking in on formation recognition, defensively understanding what they're trying to do in each formation, and where we want our guys in the secondary, in the backer group, where they need to fit and be.
Well, so one of the key guys in the secondary is your guest.
Yep.
Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the roundtable.
Yeah, so I got Boo Boo here with me. Boo, Tony Pelham, has been one of those kids that, from day one of the first kids I met his sophomore year, first thing he asked me was, how do I get bigger? I told him to eat more. But he's worked hard, every single day in the weight room. He's a year-round athlete. He's involved in winter and spring track. And, if you ask me, hey, sophomore year, is Tony going to be on the field? I would have said it was a long shot, but he has done everything he could to make this a reality. He's a big part of our defense. He's coming off a game against Penridge where he had 13 tackles, playing outside backer for us, playing some defensive back for us, so he's versatile. And, he's one of those guys that wherever he fits, in the pass game, in the run game, he's doing everything he can to fulfill that assignment.
All right. Tell us about your journey that has brought you here to the Roundtable show. Sounds like you really put the work in order to make it happen.
So I just, I got a great team. I got great players, team bonding, and a great coaching staff that helped me out to get where I'm at right now. And, I got my mom, my dad that also helped me out. And just, pushing me to strive for betterness on the field.
So you kind of lean on that support system. What are you hearing from your coaches this week that you guys need to do in order to get past CB East?
Just stay focused, stay locked in, and just, stay on that grind and just be a dog on the field.
I mean, it seems like, CB East has a little bit more of a passing attack than CB South or CB West a little bit, or they like to go to that. Is that a challenge for you guys in the secondary? Is something you're preparing for, maybe a few more passes than some other teams might throw out there?
Yes, we're always preparing for the next team, but we always focus on one team at a time. Every week is a challenge, so we always practice hard and get to it.
All right, so tell me a little bit about how your work on the track has helped you on the football field. You specialize in the 400-meter. We were talking about how difficult the discipline that is. That's got to pay off some disciplines for you, and like Coach was saying, it means you put in that work year-round.
Yeah, so great coaching staff over at the track team too, and great team as well. It just helped me get faster, helped me be more locked in on goals that I need to accomplish and what I want to do during the races or on the field. So it helps out with a lot of key stuff that you would need on the field.
Well, it sounds like when you lock in on those goals, you're able to make it happen, put the work in. 13 tackles at Penridge, a tackle for a loss. Congratulations on the season so far. What would you say your highlight is when you look back so far on this 2024 season?
2024, my highlight. I want to say I want to have anything too crazy right now, but it would probably be the TFL.
I mean, how about that interception that Lamar came up with in that game? That was something special.
That was nice. I was hyped. I was very hyped.
I mean, for guys who are in your role, like you kind of wait for those opportunities, and I'm kind of focusing on the air attack, but when you're out there on the edge, you also have to come up with some big open field tackles as well. It sounds like that was something you were called on in the Penridge game, and probably something that's going to be part of your game throughout this season.
Yes,
I mean, when you're out there on an island and the guy's coming at you, I mean, you might be the difference between a touchdown or, you get an angle on a guy, you actually can save a TD.
Yeah, I just got to make sure I get low, make the tackle, not sell the team.
Well, hopefully you guys can keep your focus and have a great game this week against CB East. Falcons coming home to Falcon Field. We got that game on WBCB. A slight adjustment. They moved up the kickoff time from 7 to 6. So starting a little bit earlier. I think that's the case with like the Abington game. That's later on in the season.
A little bit later in the season
as well.
Too. Yep.
So check us out. We'll get started like at 5:30 on BCB, and hopefully we'll have the long orange line and all the festivities and stuff for you. And then we'll see the Falcons do battle with CB East. All right, thanks so much to Pensbury,
Thank
to all
you.
of our teams here tonight at the High School Coaches Roundtable Show, to Ava and Brienne, our tech crew, to Jane, who's our executive producer here on site. Sandy's is awesome place, so we recommend you come out here for one of the great Sandy Witches, and that'll do it for us on WBCB, right? I think we're out of time. Thanks to Lower Bucks Hospital, to the Fella Auto Group, and to Rob's Automotive and Collision. This has been the High School Coaches Roundtable Show on WBCB.